The sheriff made a presentation about some of the issues in the jail.
Well, I think this is one of the better meetings we had as a group in Hinds County. I think the sheriff of Hinds County set the tone, the county administrator, where everyone must work together. And I think that took place today in Hinds County, and the repairs will take place at the jail in a timely manner. And I think Supervisor Calhoun came up with a brilliant idea that maybe we need to think in terms of the possibility of a new jail down the road. But short term, I think the county as a whole decided that this jail will be repaired and it will be repaired timely.
Is there a price on the repairs there at the jail?
It is not. That's why with the motion we did, we made sure that the county administrator had the authority not to come back to this board and to make some decisions to make sure that everything is done. So the price, with some of the numbers that we have, I think the county has found some money to make needed repair, make sure everyone is safe.
You talked about this can be treated as an emergency. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it means that we can make repairs without having to go through a whole bid process, which would take more time, and to make sure that the county administrator has to go without coming back to this board every other meeting or waiting till the next meeting, which might be 2 weeks, so that everyone can get a sense of safety. We want to make sure that the sheriff is not handcuffed, that when he put people in jail, that he know that this board supervisor is working with him to make sure that the jail cells close and those kind of things. And again, the maintenance is a function of the board through the county administrator. If the sheriff had maintenance under his umbrella, then these issues wouldn't be a major issue. So again, it's taking everybody working together to make sure that Hinds County is one. But it's going to bring up the issue that I think the city of Jackson really need to think about in other municipalities, that it's going to take some help to make sure that whether we look toward a new jail or the upkeep of this jail is done, that Hinds County can't do it alone, and that the city of Jackson, with a budget 8 times as large as the county, got to consider some kind of help. Now, I know there was an agreement, and I have a copy of that old agreement that I think is outdated. I hope we'll open the lines of communication, and let's try to create a win-win where, the city of Jackson, Hinds County, all of the municipalities can realize the jail is everyone's business, not just Hinds County.
How soon will these repairs start?
Immediately. That's why we did the motion like we did, to make sure that you don't have to wait for bids and for the sheriff to have more problems. We can start today. And that's one thing made me feel good in this meeting, because they have already started some of the repairs.
And they gave you all a PowerPoint slide. Tell us what were those major issues down at the jail.
Things that you see whether neglect, where things should have been repaired over the years and just have not been repaired. So we're going to correct those things. And again, some feel that the jail was not built properly in the beginning. So that's where the issue come about maybe it's time for a new jail.
Will the doors be replaced? Or are they going to get
absolutely? Now, I don't know if they're going to be new doors or just repair, but they will work properly.
How much money is put aside for this?
Well, that's the county administrator. Again, we're putting the ball in her court because she's got to make decisions. We don't want to say $100,000, then they take $200,000. So we're putting the ball in her court where she can make the necessary decisions just to make sure everything is fixed properly.
So right now there's no max to how much you can spend?
No max.
Is this the first problem they've had with the doors, or?
Oh, it's long term. But again, I said Supervisor Calhoun, who's been on this board longer than any other board member, said we've been through this before, and it might be time that we look toward a new jail. I think that the citizens in this county feel that they want to be safe, and to have inmates walking out and inmates hurting each other, it's not how jail should work.
Is there a roundabout figure of how much this will cost?
Some suggestions, not around $100,000. That's on certain doors, but you got other issues. So, I don't want to give you a figure that we can't live up to or can't make sure that it's attainable. I want to give you a figure that they mentioned to us and that this board feel like can become a reality.
Did the sheriff seem pleased with you all's decision?
Well, I think the idea, let's fix something, is the most important thing. And, One thing I did like about this meeting was to point fingers. You can easily point fingers. The sheriff could point the fingers at the county administrator, who could point fingers at the sheriff, and the maintenance man could point fingers. Let's fix the problem. Then we can point fingers at another time. So I think everybody's moving in the right direction in terms of making sure that this jail is fixed properly. Now, again, long term, you have to think in terms of a new jail, and you have to think in terms of how much that will cost and those kind of things. And you got to think in terms of the city of Jackson really need to come on board to help Hinds County. It's got to be a win-win for everyone. And Supervisor Fisher provide numbers dealing with over 700 people that's in the jail are from Jackson. And most of these little small towns, I think the max they may find might be 20. So,
So the majority of the inmates in the jail?
From Jackson. From Jackson. And some of them, that's why, some feel that Jackson should have their own jail. But, it'll be interesting to talk to Supervisor Fisher about, his numbers that he tells and ask him some of his response. Because it's real that if the vast majority of these inmates are from Jackson, then Jackson got to step up. Hinds County can't just handle all this by itself.
What's next on that end as far as going and talking to the people of Jackson?
Well, it can't hurt. I just left the city, so I think with the mayor and with the council members, we can discuss it. Something got to be said because it's going to affect Jackson in the long run if Hinds County cannot provide us a safe environment for the employees who work in the jail or the whole inmates. It's going to affect Jackson because most of these inmates are Jackson inmates. So the win-win would be for us to work together. Now I know it's a contract, and I looked at the contract briefly today, and I'm just saying that even though they had a bad agreement on the part of Hinds County, I don't know who negotiated it for them, but somewhere down the line, I'm just hoping that what's best for Hinds County would be re-examined, and the city of Jackson and the county will work together.
The county is cash strapped right now. Can the county continue to afford to shell out money to this jail?
No, absolutely. I'm talking about a county, and don't get me wrong, $52 million is a lot of money all over the world. But you're saying the city is going to spend anywhere from $300 to $500 million. A county is not just the city of Jackson. We have all the cities and all the unincorporated areas. So what I'm saying is that the county budget must be large, and they need more money, especially when you got a budget of $52 million and about $30 million plus is probably going to the courts and the sheriff department, law enforcement. You don't have money, to do simple things. No summer job, no mosquito abatement. Simple things that government need to have, you don't have money for. So, yes, the county budget need to be larger. That's number one. Number two is that for this issue on law enforcement and the sheriff department and the jail, the county has made a decision that we're going to make sure this jail is fixed properly. And that's going to be the short term. Now, long term, we need to think about a new jail. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. No, you good.
Y'all all right?